Wait.
待ってるよ.
Wait. Peace. Welcome back. Secret House Against Tokyo-based hip-hop art and culture conversations. Timeless conversation. No, I don't know. We're getting back into it. Today we did 2 reviews and a little update. Go back and check those out. We've got the Wavy Bagels Drive-By collaborative project, the Car Full, and also, you know, a tremendous back catalog of art that we took seriously discussing. But today we're me and Jet, you know, the regular folks. Shout out to all of our listeners. Please clock in and leave a comment, like, subscribe, all those things. As you can see on the screen right now, you'll see people that we rock with. Noname Book Club, Caltrops Press, the
Rap
Sonic
Music
Cloth,
Club Podcast.
Rap Music Plug Podcast. And I'll even give a shout out to Call Out Culture, as I think I'm not sure if I didn't get any confirmation on if it's coming out or when it's coming out, but I recently did a conversation with them discussing Style Wars and kind of a tournament style ranking of the best people on that and the best kind of quotes, which was really fun. It was the Call Out Culture podcast, which is Zilla Rocca, Curly Castro, Alaska Adams, and also we were joined by the incredible Illogic, who, well, these names you should know, especially if you clocked in with us. But today we're doing a project by Zilla Rocca and Chong Wizard. Zilla Rocca it's called Money Has No Owners. It is 11 songs, 46 minutes. When did it come out? I don't know the exact date.
Right?
Yeah, we've been listening to this one for a while.
And they released it under the project name Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns, which is inspired by the Marvel comic group of Mr. Knight, which is Moon Knight, and also a few different iterations. I feel as though Wolverine might be a part of that sometimes. I've never really clocked in too much. The only yeah. I haven't really read Midnight Suns. Isn't there a new game?
No.
All right, yeah, but Ghost Rider and shit, you guys see the cover. The album is called Money Has No Owners. I might have said that already. I think I drink a lot of caffeine. I'm kind of bugging out right now. But yeah, shout out to you guys. But anyways, this is the second collaborative project by them. I think full length. They came out with a previous Midnight Suns album, which I believe is just the self-titled name of the project. A little bit difficult for me to find on Spotify, though. Actually, there's like 2 Zilla Roccas. There's like a Midnight Suns and the Chong Wizard.
Yeah, there's a bit going on there.
But you guys can find them, the link in the bio to the Bandcamp, which this album came out on Chong Wizard Records, which is a really dope outlet. Who also, they released the project that we did, what was it? The Chris Crack.
Chris Crack was on there, the battery operated Simps joint. It was like an Obliv joint on there. We didn't review that, but
yeah, they're dope.
A lot of really great stuff on.
And there's actually a lot of really dope merch associated with this album too. There's a tape. There's a tape that looks like a deck of cards, which is tremendous, and a T-shirt. So check that out. We'll put the link in the bio. But yeah, what we like to do before we get into an album discussion is to kind of let you guys know how we're familiar with the artist, if we are not. So obviously we've done some Zilla Rocca work before. We've also done a few things collaborative. Some of his constant collaborators. He himself is the head of a label, $3 Pistol, which we've did the Jesse the Tree, Sleeping Dogs, Andrew album. So yeah, we're longtime fans of Zilla Rocca. What about Chong Wizard? How are you familiar with Sir?
I wasn't acutely familiar with Chong Wizard, the producer. I'm a fan of the label. Obviously, it's the same person. I'm sure that there are some things that we have reviewed in the past produced by Chong Wizard. I don't know if he was on the Zilla Rocca Jason Griff stacking chips. Was there a feature on there or something?
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe not. No,
I don't know. Maybe, perhaps. We're not good at the details. we're not good at a lot of things, but maybe not.
But yeah, big up Chong Wizard.
Okay. I'm loosely familiar. He was a person that I had known about in the past. I listened to his Blessing Season, which was playing right now, Blessing Season's album. Denmark Vessie's on there. I'm a huge fan. Also, a couple other people that we like to listen to. But this is kind of the first time that I sat down and really sat with my thoughts on his work. In the past, I just kind of really enjoyed it for, being dope hip-hop music. And again, here today, but, we're having a more serious discussion about the work. Yeah, so let's get right into it. I actually I came along for the last song on the album during the listening party that they had at the Rap Music Plug podcast Discord, and I came in right at the last song, so I missed that. But the album has been out for a while, and it's tremendous. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the album? I'm gonna try to calm down because I've drank too much coffee today.
Yeah, I mean, the whole ecosystem of like the Call Out Culture Cats, you know, the Alaska. There's the upcoming Alaska Steel Tip Dove joint, which he was kind enough to send us. That's on the way.
Not until August, actually. So.
Not till August. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Keep that one.
You know,
wraps.
Curly Castro working on some stuff. You know, we had a great conversation with him.
Soon,
New Shrapnel coming very soon. Like, yeah, a lot of really, really good stuff is coming out of this whole ecosystem, and like, this is, you know, the streak is continuing, as it were. I mean, this is like a really solid rap album from start to finish, and it's got like a celebratory element to it as well. Like, I think, you know, maybe more so than some of the previous works coming out of these artists, it feels like kind of, you know, everybody's here, and there's like a bit of a celebration of what's come out of these artists over the last 20-something years at this point.
Word. There are a lot of features on this album, and all of those people are people who in themselves have just had so many dope projects. Who do we have on here? We have Zilla, Castro, Blue, AJ Suede, Midas the Beast, Alaska, Def C, Primrock, Andrew, Jesse the Tree, and I'm probably missing other people on here too. But no, one of the things I really enjoy about this album, and one of the things that I tend to enjoy about Zilla's work, is that his albums always feel like albums to me, but they also harken back to kind of like the I don't want to say golden age, but like a 90s era of
there's a sensibility to it,
sequencing, flow, and kind of just accessibility to his artwork that really strikes a chord with me. Zilla, one of the things I really like about Zilla's work is that I think we're probably around the same age, and there's a maturity to his rapping that I really enjoy. And despite kind of like, you know, we're hip hop fans, so that means that we're not going to agree on a lot of things, but I kind of like the baseline ethics and the way that he prioritizes some things in his art. As he's talking about things on this album, like Joe Claire, that was the host of Rap City when I was really still at home watching Rap City all the time, and I love that. Like this album to me works really well because of Chong Wizard's his sample pulling and where he gets these things from. It has a very strong hip hop sensibility to me. For example, this song right here, Tough Guys Fill a Cemetery with Blue. I love this beat. In 1995, I'm like 12 years old, a b-boy, and so this really strikes a chord for me as like a b-boy type of track. In fact, you know, my daughter, who is 8 years old, shout out to B-girl Bomb Gun, she was laying, you know, we're here in Tokyo, she's laying on her stomach doing her kanji homework, right? And I'm playing this in the background, and as soon as, like, let me toss it back on real quick. Hold on, right? This is b-boy shit. The way that her head, like, she's doing her kanji, right? She heard the first song's good or whatever. She looked up at me, she starts bobbing her head, she stands up and she starts top rocking. Hey. And I'm just like, bro, like, this is like, you know, the epitome of modern hip hop to me. You know, it doesn't have it has a very forwardness to it that makes it not sound antiquated or overly nostalgic. He's still pushing the envelope, still doing things. The sound is still fresh. The rhymes are still tremendously on point and introspective, conceptually, skill-wise, and all of the things are there for us. This is very much like the epitome of like really dope, just like more traditional style rapping.
But
you know
I
what
also
mean?
do really enjoy how, although the album maintains a relatively consistent tone, you do have like, yes, you have your Tough Guys Fill a Cemetery, like kind of bravado, like badass, like I'm real good at rapping type track. And then also you do have the more introspective, like stripped back a bit more, like, the heart on the sleeve type tracks, like, Men Never Take Advice or I Never Stay in Touch. And he's able to bounce very elegantly between those different things. Sometimes it is just like, yo, look at me, I'm fucking ill. And sometimes he's like, there's something to take away from it on like a more emotional level.
Yeah, the albums there's it's not like, okay, here goes a girl song, here's a lead single song.
No. And
it's
doesn't
not
lose
created
a
like
step.
that,
It's
but
very cohesive.
Well, that's one of the things I like about Zilla is like I relate to him on a very kind of human level, and it's important to me that the artists that I listen to kind of have that component in this day and age. Like sometimes I listen to some shit, I'm just like, bro, I like, even if it's not as so nasty as like Royce the 5'9" still saying an F slur, and I'm just like, yuck, grow the fuck up, 40-year-old something, man. You know what I mean? Like, or even if it's just something that doesn't resonate well with me. When I listen to Zilla, I'm like, yeah, this is a fucking dude. Like he obviously has led a hip-hop life, and I identify with so many aspects of it. That song, like Men Can't Take Advice, like that's a really just like adult thing to sit back and reflect upon as a person. Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we're vindictive, and sometimes relationships fall apart. We can reflect back on them, and sometimes when we do that, we got to get like somebody dope as Def C on there to fucking accompany it with it, right? Like it comes with that, but it's also just like straight up fucking dope bars. I love how he fills a lot of, obviously the album title and the cover are harken back to comic books, which I grew up with them probably just like, like on the table right now, I've got the Marvel Card Series 2 from 1991, the original ones that I got. And like, I love comic books, but he packs that in there and dope bars. Like, what does he say on Tough Guys Fill a Cemetery? Badlands to the death dueler, Reiki master, my chakras are screwed up. He's ill. Like there's so many bars on that. This song Marathon Man perhaps has like my favorite verse from him on the album, but hold on, let me run it back, because even on this he's going off on like the super dope raps like,
story from the city, now I'm at the sea. You go to high-end restaurants and order mac and cheese or chicken parm. You scared of growing my jacket on some old man Logan.
Bro, he's like, hold on. I think around like, hold on. I don't know. This is maybe my favorite song on the album because I just like his verse. Like he's flows so well.
My page been strong and majestic, calm without aggression. Marathon man, you running out of breath, and I'm bench pressing, hack squatting, and you rap like you trapped with self-doubt and round robins.
Yeah, he's just dope. And another thing that I really like about this album is so much like modern contemporary hip hop strays away from things like the b-boy track. It strays away from things like turntablism, which those things were a part of the cohesion of hip hop culture. I grew up as one of the last of the Four Element kids. You know, I graduated high school in 1991. I'm 41 years. 2001. I'm 40 years old.
It's a very Four Elements album. Like even the cover and the aesthetic like is very evocative of that kind of graffiti style. I don't know shit about comics, but like the flaming skull, the pool balls, like Ghost Rider. He's got a suit on, like Moon Knight.
That's Moon Knight. That's Mr. Knight. That's another. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Read that Warren Ellis run of
Spider-Man. Madeline Pryor, Goblin Queen.
You've been watching the X-Men shit? Yeah, I watched it. Okay. No. all right. But another thing about this album that really struck me as well is how much Chong Wizard lets a lot of these beats breathe. Usually you get to the end of the track and maybe there'll be like a scratching outro of like Prodigy saying something really dope, or the beat just kind of like rides for a minute. A lot of these tracks are 4 minutes, 5 minutes long, and you don't ever feel like they're overstaying their welcome. The features are really well thought out. They all come pretty strong conceptually. Alaska has one of the Alaska is crazy these days. Alaska's crazy these days, and I'm really looking forward to the being able to talk about the Steel Tip Dub joint, because it is like Alaska is leveling up. But these all of these songs, they're so fucking like, and Castro.
like the Denzel, make the pieces puzzle fit. First new album, we ain't never no ghost government, but we knew the kung fu at least in front of other kids.
Yeah, super dope. How you feeling about Castro's voice these days?
Yeah, no, fight me IRL, rooftop somewhere in Tokyo. Weapons are allowed, or not. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I think I've come around on Castro's voice. Like, back when we reviewed the Shrapnel for that first Shrapnel joint that we reviewed on the show, I was kind of like, yeah, like, you know, the rapping voice I could take or leave. Yeah. I have, like, it has grown on me. I think. Me too. Me too. Tonally, I think this also works really well. You know, as a counterpoint to some of the other features on here. You know, you got somebody like Def C who comes through super smooth, like just slides over the beats like that. And then, you know, Curly's got like a bit more of the aggression in his timbre, you know, in his cadence. And I really like how it sounds over the production on this record. Like you said, you know, Chong Wizard leaves like a lot of space on these beats. He lets the beats ride. The album goes at a pretty leisurely pace. It's 46 minutes, 11 tracks. But at the same time, like, yeah, extremely listenable, very comfortable kind of listen. Doesn't feel overstuffed, but doesn't feel like it's under-delivering at the same time. This is kind of a perfect album for me, man. Like, everything about this just settles well to me. And it's not as though, I'm not saying it's like a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I think everything is firing on all cylinders. I think it's really dope, but this is the exact type of thing that I want to get from a hip-hop project that is not leaning towards being experimental in a specific way. Like all of the beats, the variety of them. I think Chong has got a ridiculous ear for sample digging and orchestrating these tracks. But like at the same time, it's like you can contrast this to the Carful joint that we just reviewed, where it's like that album is quite sparing. You know, it's quite short, minimalist, 10 tracks, like in out. This album has a lot more moving parts. There's more MCs on it. A lot of the sampling and stuff is more dense. There's a lot more going on each individual beat. You know, it's hard to tell where like one sample is or how many samples have been put together in each individual track. It's not just like loop, MC rapping over it. Variety of flows and cadences, variety of MCs on here. But it all coalesces really, really well. You know, it all comes together as like a very complete project, and this is, you know, in this era of streaming singles, you know, releasing a 35 track album that's 90 minutes long in the hopes of gaming the algorithm, sometimes it's really nice to hear just a classic 45-minute LP. Yeah, you know, 11 tracks, like the features are here. Yeah, one producer, whole bunch of rappers with one rapper anchoring the whole thing. Like the whole thing, it just works as a traditional hip hop record. Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite albums of the year, and that's not just because like we don't do that. We first off on this channel we never shit on artists. Like we try to get away from that. Before except
our
Curly
conversation,
Castro, get a better voice, dude. Change your larynx out.
Yeah, watch that conversation we had with him. That was a funny one.
Check it out.
But no, like you know, we don't hate on artists, and typically we champion artists for trying to execute with like seeing their vision and trying to execute it. But this one has been one that has just been a pleasure to just throw on and rock with. And I keep on finding little jewels here or there, or funny lines to think about from Zilla that are as simple as like him trying, like even like this song, right? Blame yourself for nobody at all. He's got jewels like that, and also just like trying to hook up with like the bartender, like the angry bartender, and it'll be a throwaway line, but it's something that would spark a conversation. It's something that's funny to think about, and it's just like the rapping from everybody on this just continues to just grow on you and grow on you. It's so good. Like the one song, I Never Stay in Touch. Yeah. It's a very simple concept track, but it's like, yeah, bro, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, bye. My favorite song on the album is probably In the Pool Hall. I think this one will definitely be on my top 20 songs of the year. It's undoubtedly on my top 10 songs of the year right now. I just love the way that, you know, the rapping is And this one is great too. Oh man, see, this is some hip hop. Like,
yeah.
alright.
So actually, Ignore the Red Flags is probably my favorite on the album. I really, really love this beat. And just
Prem.
Prem
We
rock on
need
here.
it. Like, I know the Shrapnel's coming out and shit, but yo, it's been a while since like a solo Prem album. Yeah. I mean,
believe so.
Occam's Razor is like
Occam's Blazer
Occam's
yeah.
Blazer is like a jazz, like it's like a project, a collaborative
wonderful album
project.
as well, yeah.
But yeah, we need some more Prem solo because
Like kids and I don't like noise. I slept in grave.
this beat, something about it is so like 90s new. For some reason it reminds me of like a music video, like with the trains going by and graffiti on it. This shit makes me feel like very hip hop. I mean, I always feel like that. I'm a b-boy sapien, you know, like I'm a hip hop human being through and through my entire life. And this one kind of just, when I hear it, I kind of be like, yeah, fuck yeah. When I hear the b-boy shit, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. And it, like, man, this song at the pool hall, right? It's just, it seems like, you know, they stack the sample, it slowly builds, and then it kind of like opens up, and it's just fucking, I came in halfway through this song ending on the listen,
Yep.
and I was like, yo, that's like, it was like I needed it. I was like, please release the album, because, you know, I'm a sucker for a vocal sample, and this.
All my heroes did dope, so subtle.
And like the bar at the end where he's like, in the long run, talent is the least major key. Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. You know, the fly talkers, only few could understand it. Like that's this crew. Like we're stacking. We were the Jargonites. You know what I mean? Like ejected matter falling into bigger hollow sphere. Like
What?
we were just bombing, and it makes me like, yeah. This album makes me feel good. It makes me feel my age in a way that doesn't make me feel old. Yeah. And shout out to Rudy. He's a Filipino cat. Shout out to the Filinegros like myself. You know what I mean?
Box vodka and warm Sunquist. The fly talkers only if you could understand.
But all right, you got the vocal sample, right? And then it's just like, as it opens up and changes, I don't know what Chong Wizard's doing, but he fucking put a whole ankle in this shit.
Man lunch breaks at muscle bars, making calls to extort the Russian oligarchs. Would've had a muscle car, never fit my family. You rolling spliffs in your mother's Camry. Chef's kiss out in West Philly, watching Fresh Prince. Brunch with Fenwick, coffee was French press. I had a
Right here, like, beautiful.
French lick. Take flicks with the click and your drinks on me. I've been in towns that you never will see. In the long run, talent is the least major key. Will we be? South Philly, parts beyond. To Canada, rock on.
I don't know, man. This album is perfect to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 because I think that like the ratings are always ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know what I
it's
mean?
redundant.
Like, if I do that, like, how do I quantify that against like other 10 out of 10 movies? We don't do that here, but this is a perfect album to me, and I fucking yeah. If you get my daughter to fucking start breaking, I'm just like, we're on the same level. You know, like people talk about like neo boom bap, like new shit. Like this is like, oh, true school hip hop or whatever type of needless terms you have. But there's something about this that is adhering to all of the kind of philosophical, ethical, and like, not in any way that they're tropes, but kind of just like expanding them and doing them again originally to make it fucking just harmonize with the entire kind of canon of dope hip hop like this.
What?
Like something about this is just, and it's weird because I would say the same thing about like a Billy Woods, but in a different way. Bring back scratching on albums. Bring back the b-boy joints. Like, yeah, bring back some real 4-element shit, and not in a weird way to lionize it. Like, you know, the Snow Goons some of them are the homies. Like DJ Illegal, he's been in this room, he cool and shit. But what they're doing is just like a different version of true school hip hop than what this is. This is undoubtedly one of my favorites of the year, Jet. I'm rambling a lot because I think it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I've had like 8 cups of coffee.
Hey.
And also, I didn't make a lot of notes for this. I kind of just like freestyle this one. I like to make notes.
Sure.
And I know people look to us to like give more kind of ideological critiques on things a lot of times and lean into theory, but this album is just
needs that. I mean, there is ideology here, and there, you know,
but,
Curly's verse is like I mean, he you know, I don't remember the exact quote in our conversation, but you know, he had hip hop is his ideology, and like you really read that. This shit's pro black as fuck. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so many like Tough Guys, Phyllis Cemetery, Marathon Man. To be honest with you, like there was one song that I was like, I don't know if I love this one too much because I didn't really care for the chorus all that much.
Yeah.
But then I was listening to it like for the 5th time. I was like, oh my god, like Suede God is killing on this shit, bro. Suede God is killing on this shit.
It just slides on that beat,
bro.
Like, yeah.
I think I didn't like it because the chorus got stuck in my head at like the wrong time. New boss, same as the old. And then like later, I was just like, yo, Suede is killing. Blue is everybody's feature on this shit is so crazy. Shout out to my man Fick.
No Fick.
Fick from the Rap Music Plug podcast. Shout out to Fick.
Yep.
He was like, yo, Alaska's verse of the year. And I was just like,
maybe.
I won't argue with you. Yeah, this shit is great. Please go check out this album. Go support underground independent abstract hip hop. Go support the independent artists. Go put some money in their pockets. If you feel like doing so, you guys can support us through our Discord or even just sharing, liking, and such. We're not here to make money, but it does help fucking ease the burden of the crushing
existence.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Hopefully that Beat Street conversation comes out because I thought it was really fun and it was good to wax nostalgic about that. All of our friends are on the screen right now, our patrons. Shout out to all of them.
Taskmaster, Nightcrawler.
Are we just naming shit?
Quanon. Sorry, Quanon is a character, right? There's a Quanon.
I don't know if there's a Quanon.
Quanon.
I know comic. I mean, yeah.
Dark.
Oh, did we say our favorites? We said one favorite name.
I think we did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the Pool Hall, Tough Guys, Phyllis Cemetery, Marathon Man. Ignore the Red Flags. Blame Yourself. Man, Never. I like all of these songs. Shout out to Joe Claire.
Ignore the Red Flags. Never Stay in Touch. Pool Hall.
Tim's made it tough to keep the boots clean.
The Spoiler.
Yeah. I don't know. Welcome back.
X23.
I'm surprised you know Spoiler and X23. How do you know these things?
When I was a kid, like my very middle class best friend had like mad books, like the massive like hardcover books where it'd be like the Marvel Bible, and it just had like 8 billion characters in it. And I must have read that thing cover to cover like 20 times.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I know who Madeline Pryor Goblin Queen is.
Sure. I used to like those. The official handbook of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, something like that.
Those were dope.
Phoenix 2.
Yeah. I mean, the comic book cards too is also, yeah.
Hey.
Midnight suns, 'cause the sun is still shining.
Uncle Aaron.
I don't know Uncle Aaron. Oh, Uncle Aaron is
Miles is uncle.
Okay.
See, I've seen those films.
That's new school. I'm old school.
Yeah,
no,
it's like the only Marvel thing I've seen already.
I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, but I haven't jumped on the Miles train yet. I didn't. I read Ultimate Spider-Man up until until Peter died in the Ultimate Universe, and that was it. And then I've read virtually every other Spider-Man comic book up until like the end of Superior Spider-Man. Then I fell off.
Shadowcat.
See if we can do this. Yeah.
Bishop.
I keep on waiting to just like end it, and then you keep on saying another character. It's just go.
Juggernaut.
Getting what's mine, $100 budget, what I'm ordering.